good evening. It's a wonderful Friday as usual, and it is the Ebitcoinics Academy. And as we said earlier, we have a quite interesting topic to discuss today, which has to do with cryptocurrency security challenges and some of their solutions, probably. And it's just one important thing we always or we constantly need to consider, because security is almost like everything that has to do with the industry. If you are involved with the blockchain industry and you are not security conscious, you end up waking up one day to nothing. So everything about this industry has everything to do with security. And as we've been explaining, cryptocurrencies are one of the best secured forms of money, and there are no two doubts about that. But nevertheless, those of you that are joining, you've already joined. It's going on live. You can watch it on channels, and you can also visit the Zoom link and be a part of this discussion. And if you are not here and probably you are watching this video after we've recorded it next week, you wouldn't want to miss our weekly webinar. You just join and you become a part of what we are doing every Friday, 4 o'clock p.m. Though sometimes it can delay to maybe 4:30, or but between the 4 p.m. range. So you welcome. And talking about security, we are saying cryptocurrencies are secured money, the form of money that are much more secured. So if they are really secured, why are people losing faith in it? Why are people complaining? Why are people like this? I've lost this, or I have lost that, or that, and things are not going as planned or as they want it. You would always want to ask yourself that question, and it's one big deal that has to do with everything you are involved with. I don't know how you are involved with cryptocurrency. Probably maybe you just bought in some coins and you are keeping it good. That's awesome. Probably maybe you just joined some business and that business affords you the opportunity to earn some cryptocurrencies, not just Bitcoin. Fine. That's also a very good option. And then we also have the option of you maybe being a part of the technology itself, with maybe mining, or maybe you're mining Bitcoin, or you're mining any other cryptocurrency you can find. Basically, that is very an awesome way you could also get involved with it. But regardless of the way you are involved with cryptocurrencies or the blockchain, the entire blockchain community or the ecosystem itself, how are you protecting yourself? What are some of the things that can endanger your asset holdings and even become a factor for you to do what you never expected to do to yourself, like be very, very bad to yourself? So why are things like that needs to be discussed? Why do you need to pay attention to your security? Why is it that the technology itself is so secured 100%, no doubt, but why are everyday people falling to victims of I've lost that or that or that? Meanwhile, when you should be able to take care of yourself very well online around this ecosystem, we believe 100% nothing can ever go wrong with you. Now, because of this, we have some points, some ideas we want to actually share with you here today. And number one has to do with the major factor, which is greed. Like, you are involved with the industry, fine, that's very brilliant, congratulations. Regardless of how you are involved with the industry, we appreciate the fact that you are a part of the industry. But the reason being, somebody somewhere is trying to promise you something you could never have been able to achieve for yourself within the shortest possible time, and you fall a victim of, let me click this link to have a look, or let me do this blah. And hackers, or let me say, there are guys around, there are systems around that are looking for the easiest way to make you their victim. So what happens? They can design their own links, which we call phishing in IT. Well, it needs not to even make sense to you, but they can customize their own contents that looks like what they have promised you. You log on to systems like this, and maybe you are misdirected to some other places without you even paying attention. Right? Maybe somebody is saying visit maybe macbook.com to earn the bitcoins, or stuff like this. And at the end of the day, you visit MacBook, which is MACBOOK, but maybe you have three O's in there, but you never realize that you are really visiting a site like this. You could be fished with links that look similar to what you are trying to deal with. And we also have instances where currently what is trending is that there are individuals, we don't know who they are, they try to promise you quick mining returns. They make people feel as if they don't know what they are doing in the industry, so therefore they are trying to guard you out of the industry's issues. So what do they promise you? Hey, they know mining is one of the most brilliant ways to getting involved with Bitcoin, right? So if mining is one of the most brilliant ways to getting involved with Bitcoin, what do? They tell you, okay, we want to help you mine Bitcoins. You pay nothing. Yeah, you pay nothing to mine Bitcoins, which absolutely makes no sense. There's nothing like free thing in the world. No investment basically means no returns. But look at what happens. They tell you, okay, we are going to help you or assist you mine Bitcoins. So go set up a blockchain wallet. Now, let's say, or any wallet. Once you set up the wallet, they ask you for the login details, which includes maybe your basic wallet identifier and then your password. Now, with that, they can have access to your wallet. So look at one thing they do that you wouldn't have done at the early stages, because maybe you are a newbie or you are a rookie whom is just so wandering around trying to cash out big in a new technology, because this is a technology they say out there. As soon as you get involved with this technology, tomorrow you are a billionaire. That's a big lie. Now, so what happens is they encourage you into this. Then you are excited because you are going to make maybe 100% on top of your money tomorrow. They say the first thing they always make, like they convince you with, is that no investment is required. Of course, no investment is required when you want to set up a wallet. Right now, when you walk into any bank and you want to set up a bank account, do you have to necessarily deposit money into your bank account? No. You only do that as at when you want, because it's your own account. Or even though there are banks that require you do a minimum deposit, but it does not mean you should do more than you can afford to do. So they excite you with the training. They make you set up a wallet for yourself, and once you have the wallet, they ask you to share the login details, the wallet identifier, and then your password with them. Then they would now have access to your account from somewhere. You don't know. You don't know where the person is. Somewhere from the behind the screen. You don't even know the person. So you buy into this. Now look at what is going to happen. The moment the person logs into your account for the first time, the first thing he is going to do is to basically make sure he has access to your backup phrase or your recovery phrase, so that in future, even if you have $1 billion in that wallet, they can take it away from you. Now, after they've been able to do all of these things successful, what happens next is they will tell you, wow, we've set up a mining whatever for you. Now you are going to mine Bitcoin. So any money you put into your wallet, let's say if it is $1 million US, or maybe 100,000 US, you are going to mine Bitcoin, and that is going to pay you maybe 90% in the next 2 days, or in the next 48 hours, or in the next 72 hours, or maybe in the next 1 month, and you get so excited. Wow, I'm going to be a millionaire. So I have 1,000 US, I want to make like 30,000 US, so I just have to be putting in more money in my own wallet. Oh yes, they convince you it is your own wallet, it is your own money, so just put in as much as money as you can. My brother or my sister, you are watching this. If you know somebody who has been a victim, sorry about that. Or if you are on your way to becoming a victim, sorry about that. If you listen, fine. If you don't listen, it's still fine with us, because we lose nothing out of this. Right? Now, the moment money starts to drop in your wallet, they have a business they are doing with you. In fact, we have guys that walks into our offices over here in Ghana, and they are so new to the technology to the extent that they are made to believe their money is going down because the price of Bitcoin is coming down. Or maybe they see sent transaction from their wallet because they are mining Bitcoin. Like, you don't know what you are doing, so you just buy into anything. Why? Always, you just have to make sure you educate yourself. Nothing is easy in life. Even learning how to walk as a baby is so hard. So you have to make sure you learn everything, master what you want to do. As long as it has to do with you putting in money, it means you should make the time to learn it very well. We've had lots, especially in Ghana and Nigeria. It's so easy. Well, things are so hard. Well, I've been working, I've been doing a job, and I get paid, less at the end of the month. So I've been able to save a couple of 1,000s or thousands of Ghana cedis or Naira. So the next thing is I'm looking at how those few thousands of mine can be able to afford me my dream car, my dream house, my dream whatever. So I sit on my PC. The next thing is I'm looking out for opportunities that can make my dreams come true. So bad. So guys, you just have to be ready. These are some of the things people are doing out there, and it is our responsibility to make sure we inform you, right? And then the next thing also is when you have any wallet or any business, let's do this for those that are involved with cryptocurrencies out of business wedlocks. Like maybe somebody referred into any business and that business accepts or pays you in cryptocurrencies. Now, one thing for sure you would want to do all the time is to make sure that any wallet address you update in your profile or at your profile for your withdrawals, you study those wallet addresses. Because at any point in time, you can't trust any system. In fact, somebody can hack your account, or the system itself can hack your account, and you have your wallet address over there. Of course, it's some funny algorithms, QAW, blah, 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 which makes no sense. So I don't have the time to study all of this. Now, should anybody be able to have access to your account at some point and they change your wallet address, any withdrawal, any type of withdrawals you make will end up going to that receiver address. So we know that this is so hard. It's a new algorithm, and sometimes it's just so hard. You trying to memorize the 24-letter words. It's so abusive to your mind. Yes, we do understand. But the best thing you could do at least is to study at least, the first 5 letters and at least the last 5 letters. It's not so hard memorizing A, B, C, D, E. Right? So you memorize the first 5, the last 5. So that whenever you are, not just withdrawals from your businesses, let's say you are buying Bitcoins from somebody or you are doing a transaction with somebody, this is your account number. Your wallet address, we've always been repeating that it is what you use in receiving money or asset, digital asset. Those digital assets won't make any sense because they are money. Now you study your wallet address, and if you can use one address for as long as you want. Though you are entitled to over 1 billion addresses, in any wallet you sign up, you can have as many as addresses you want. In fact, it's always advisable you use new addresses. That is, if you deal in more, you don't want people to know how much you're worth and those things. But if you're not the type that care about all of this and you are okay using an address for a lifetime, at least study that address, learn that address. It will save you something in future, so that when anybody is trying to mess you up, or that something is going wrong. Now, why are security challenges or issues so important in this industry? You should know. You see, this industry is all about assetization. It's either you are owning something or you are trying to make somebody own something. So anything like that need to be concentrated with solutions that would help you protect yourself. You shouldn't lose anything for nothing. It's hard trying to learn a new technology that even makes no sense to you for the first time, to being so good with the technology, and you work so hard, you sleep less, you read more, you do whatever it is that you are doing, wanting a freedom, whatever time freedom, and one day you wake up, everything is in a flash. gone. You wouldn't want that to happen. Now, the only way to avoid it is to make sure you learn how to do that. And that also, those of you that can afford hardware wallets, please buy it. Those of you that can afford hardware wallet, especially if you do stuff that you keep lots of assets in cryptocurrencies, and you would want to keep on being stuff like that. If you are the type that uses hardware wallets a lot, sorry, if you are the type that keeps a lot of funds in cryptocurrencies, please afford a hardware wallet. It will cost you nothing to do that. It's so cheap to buy a hardware wallet. It's cheaper than trying to buy a safe or any faucet you can think of your any something you own in the form of a faucet for you to keep huge amount of assets. Do that, because hardware wallet saves you time and it makes you security conscious. Because when you are using hardware wallet, any mistake, you are responsible for that. You won't have to write any email to maybe blockchain support or Ebitcoinics.com support or maybe Coinbase support. Or no. You are your own bank, and that is what the technology is all about. And always make sure whatever information you are buying from anywhere, whether the person is a pro or whatever, you just don't trust what enters you or any information that comes around you or anything you come across. Try as much as you can to verify. When somebody say hey, Ebitcoinics is one of the best places to buy Bitcoins in Ghana and Nigeria, you just don't trust it. Try and verify. How do you verify? If you have a need to maybe transact 1,000, you first start with maybe 10. You don't lose it. You do. You verify things. If somebody is saying, hey, I'm involved with this business and this business is paying me $100,000 a month or $100,000 a year, what do you need to do? You have to verify who are some of the other individuals that are making equal or close to what that person is saying he is making. It is very, very, very important you pay attention to some of these things. And we all know security is one big stuff that endlessly cannot be you can't finish talking about security and things that has to do with security. So we would want to actually end this session for today. Don't forget to, as usual, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. Share whatever material that you think makes sense on our channel to your colleagues, your friends, and let them also be informed. We are simplifying the revolution. Join us always and support us as best as you can by being a part of our community. We are community driven, and we are not even close to where we want to be. We still have a long way to go and a lot more to do. So anybody is having a question, I don't know, I will just leave for 5 minutes. All right, for those of you that are on top of the call, if you have a question, you raise your hand, I would unmute you, and then you submit your question. We also do answer you as best as we can. If there are no questions after a couple of minutes, I will just end this session, and then we see each one of us next week, God willing. I think we have somebody who is having a question. I'm going to unmute you, and then you ask your question. Justice Nana Kwame. Hello, Justice.
Can you answer it?
Yes, we can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
The network is bad.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, if you have an old blockchain account, based on their bit keys, both private and public keys, can you import the address onto your ledger nano, or you just have to transfer your funds from the blockchain onto your ledger nano?
Oh, wow, that's a brilliant question. Let's say you have an old blockchain wallet account, and you just bought a Ledger Nano hardware wallet. So you want to import your addresses to Ledger Nano so that you still use the interface or what you were using at blockchain.com at Ledger Nano. If I'm right. your old transactions, your old wallet addresses, your old everything. Is that what you are asking?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yes,
That's
it's
what
very
I
possible. It's very possible. But to do that, you should own the recovery phrase or the backup phrase to that blockchain wallet before you can import the addresses. Yes.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
yeah. I was using, I have the second question there.
Okay,
I
ask.
was using a quiet payment, which I've enabled my public keys, but I didn't know somebody has entered into the account and taken my public keys. And the person stole, I think, $2,700 just last 2 weeks. $28 in that account. So can I lodge a official complaint and what can be done about it? So once I enable the public and the private keys, cost, I'm supposed to be paid.
Oh, first of all, I want to help you enjoy your sadness by saying sorry for that. And first thing you need to do is to actually lodge a complaint to coin payment support so that they would be able to protect some of their other customers or users next time from that. And then another thing is, you see, with cryptocurrencies, you are you. You are everything that has to do with your wallet. So the moment somebody else have access to something you should have, we only we only think maybe it is you that gave them access to that. Well, we are never perfect. For some one or two reasons, you couldn't handle those things so well, and then it went into a bad person's hand. Now, the best thing you should do is to create a new coin payment account with a new email address. That person obviously have no idea, and also check your PC and make sure you don't have any loopholes. Make sure you have a very better antivirus, and maybe you are not injected with some stubborn malwares that are sending information to somebody somewhere. First, try to protect yourself and make sure it never repeats itself. But the funds that are gone, forget it. Maybe the person is even enjoying some expensive hotel in Hawaii right now. He's enjoying your money. There's no way you can ever get it back. That is one of the things that we preach all the time, talking about security, security, security. So as for that, you have to pray over it, and God should make you more stronger in dealing with such an emotional whatever disorder. But it's such a pity, but nevertheless it's one serious thing you can't run away from. So the best thing is, if you are watching or listening, you should make sure you create a new wallet on coin payment, and then make sure nobody else have access to that ever again. And then also you protect yourself in future. Whatever it is that you did that led to you losing that $2,400 last week, you know better than myself here. So you would make sure you don't repeat it, right? You don't repeat it again. Any other question? Yes. Yes, sir.
But those of us who bought the Bitcoin wallet,
Is that those of us who did what? Can you repeat that, please?
I think we can afford the hardware wallet.
Okay.
But those of us who cannot afford them, which are one
Oh, okay. His question is those of is yes, I got it. His question is those of us that cannot afford a hardware wallet. Maybe we can spend between $70 to $150 to buy a hardware wallet. What are the other options for us? That's a very brilliant question. Actually, you have an option. As long as you have a smartphone, you should be able to have a decentralized application on top of your smartphone. Software applications like Coinomi, Exodus, CoinPay, Copay, and what are very good options where you can equally use to store your funds. The only thing that makes the hardware wallet so unique is the fact that it is not dependent on your device you are using. It is a device on its own. You can walk. It's just like walking around with your bank in your pocket. But when you are using a software wallet on top of your phone becomes your bank, right? So if you lose your phone, it means you are losing your bank unless somebody else cannot have access to the content you have on your phone. So there are equally options. As I said, we have the software wallet, where examples include Coinomi, we have Exodus, we have Electrum, we have Copy, we have loss. And even I think those of you that don't use smartphones and are always glued to your PCs, Coinomi is about to release their desktop version, and Exodus is already having a desktop version, a mobile version, and all that. So these are equally, those ones are not online or hot wallets where you would need to visit somebody's server before you can have access to your wallet. In a decentralized way, creates a server of your wallet on your own phone, so your phone become literally your own bank. It is going to do what the hardware wallets can do, just as some access to some coins the software wallet cannot. Every wallet and the type and the maximum of coins it can hold, right? So you have to make sure you make the right decision with regarding what type of wallet you want to use. So you don't need to spend money to buy a hardware wallet. If you can't afford a hardware wallet, don't worry. Once you can't afford a hardware wallet, just don't worry. You use the software wallets and you are good to go. So thank you so much. Any other question? Maybe we could accept one last question from any other person, not our guy, because he had already asked plenty questions. Yeah, so any other question? Oh, I can see he's trying to talk. Okay. Any other question? Maybe the person can write the text. You write. Let me unmute everyone. All right. So.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The whole thing is, I mean, with the rampant thefts of Bitcoin and then cryptocurrency from other people, and then the use of legal or illegal means, or by persuading people will persuade you, oh, come, this is my investment company. If you come, there's a recent one, the recent base camp that went on,
Bit club advantage.
took other people's money away. So, what other investment will you recommend for someone who wants to invest in Bitcoin without buying and holding it? Because I mean, there are only two ways of earning the Bitcoin. You either mine or you buy and hold it.
Yes.
So if the person buys and hold it, if people don't have the heart to buy it and hold it, I'm buying and holding it for 4 years, holding it for 2 years, or you like to just get a quick up money out of that. Is there another mining process which of course you can recommend for anybody who wants to invest in Bitcoin?
Well, that is a very brilliant question, but we as a company, we are always very careful with what company we recommend or suggest to anyone out there, right? So we would rather want you to learn how to make the money yourself. That is why we encourage people to learn how to trade cryptocurrencies. Now, any company out there, those of you watching, see, any company out there that is saying bring your money and we give you X percentage every month or every year, at the end of the day, they are going to trade with your money and pay you profit on top of your own money. So the question is, if you have the chance to do it yourself, wouldn't you want to embrace that? You learn how to trade, you be around traders, you do what traders are doing, and then you become.
Excuse me, let me come in.
Yes.
Excuse me, let me come in there.
Yes,
okay.
please.
I know that trading is also there. Trading of the commodity, cryptocurrency, and other commodities there. But now, somebody will not like to learn how to trade.
Yes.
And with this mining issue, we are mining every day. We are mining here. And I know that with the way our electricity systems are here in Africa,
You can't afford it.
it's not even possible to mine.
Yes.
Okay? You can't buy the S90 miner and then keep it in your house that you're going to mine. It should not be possible because you may not have a 24 hours electricity supply.
Yes,
Therefore,
it's true.
you would like to start a company. Okay, so if the mining should be, if we should forget about the
well, actually, Mr. What's the name? Mr. Justice. Yes, there is one mining company we can recommend you mine with, where you wouldn't have to do all the processes, like BitClub Network. You know, BitClub Advantage is a clone of BitClub Network, where they were actually promising trading, and they ended up scamming people. We've seen BitClub Network over the past 3 years proving, and even they are on top of the blockchain as a validated mining institution. So I think with that, what Ghanaians or Nigerians don't like is when they want to join any business, they want to make sure how much am I going to make tomorrow, or how much am I going to make in a month. And mining is an unpredictable business. You can't predict. For example, if you want to invest billions of dollars into mining gold, there is no whatever person that can let you know that this amount of money and tools or machines or whatever investment we are doing is going to yield this. They go in the mining process with luck and their hard works. And it's the same thing with Bitcoin mining. So if the company is not able to promise you any X amount and is being able to deliver, for example, with BitClub Network, on a bad market, at least within a year or a year and few months away of your day of purchasing your mining equipment, you should at least have your money back. The rest is profit, and their mining facility affords you that opportunity to even mine a lifetime because of the repurchase rule they have, which obviously is not going to make sense. So if you're talking about any mining, these are some of the very few good businesses out there, and it's not easy for an online business to survive a year to 2 or even to 3. Almost all of the companies you are talking about, they couldn't even survive 6 months. They come and then they go. Yes.
Because, people insulted me because I was against them.
Yes,
Because they had referred a group of doctors who are my mates, and they lost, someone lost, a friend of mine, he lost, the friend of my father, he lost the pension money.
pension money.
Pension money.
That's serious.
Pension money into this what happened, bit was or something like that.
Wow.
And one guy insulted me actually because I spoke against that it's not feasible and it cannot be done.
Yeah, so I think these are some of the very few options, and you should also encourage people. See, you should encourage them. Holding Bitcoin itself is an investment, but just that people are not realizing it. It's very volatile, and anything volatile is an investment because the price is subjective to going up or coming down, and that is business. You know, if you want to do all of this, you should at least tap in. And regarding trading, among your cycle, you could have somebody that want to make time for trading. Pay for his course, let him learn how to do it, and let the person trade for you and your friends. It's one safe way you can, be in charge and things like that. And I think when we wake up to issues like this, we will end up taking care of scams and people complaining every day that they are losing money and all that. When you come to our office like this, Ebitcoinics,
yeah,
we,
that's right, but with we Africans and then how we don't have the waiting or that waiting up that wait for. Teddy, you know me. I've never sold do some of Bitcoins to you before, more than 10 Bitcoins to you before, and I myself am a victim. I wouldn't wait if I had waited from maybe 2017 to let's say December. I was this month. I would have tripled my amount. But because I needed the money fast, I want to buy a electric car, I want to do this, I'll buy everything of this kind of things. You get me right?
yeah, sure, it's normal, but
yeah.
it's normal, but
I'm a victim, and I can also just be just a living testimony to others who may fall victim, but because they don't know anything about blockchain, and you know that people are saying that because Bitcoin and other Bitcoin scam, Bitcoin has scammed, and Bitcoin is no more. That's what people say. Bitcoin is no more. Bitcoin has scammed. Okay?
yeah, it's true.
Bitcoin has scammed because Bitcoin and the Bitcoin and those kind of things, those programs that uses Bitcoin are scammed, and therefore Bitcoin is no more. So when you talk about Bitcoin to somebody, he thinks it's no more and it doesn't even exist.
Well, it's very true, but those of you out there, it's high time you get to know that Bitcoin is the technology itself. Any business around Bitcoin that is saying we accept Bitcoin or whatever is somebody's designed plan, but it has nothing to do with Bitcoin. Guys, you need to be ready to educate yourself and things like that. And everyone that was a part of this call, thank you so much. And so guys, as I was saying, it's one of those things that makes this ecosystem so interesting. And hopefully, God willing, next week we are going to meet and talk more about things like that. Yeah, and this is somebody who is sharing his own testimony to the extent that people, because of some failed businesses they join, they think that is even Bitcoin. We've always been making it clear Bitcoin is different. Any business around that is saying it is Bitcoin is also different. It's somebody's design plan. So you should always know the clear points or the clear line between the technology and the businesses that are trying to survive around the technology or in the name of the technology. Thank you so much for watching. It has been a lengthy show, but it is worth it. Hopefully, God willing, next week, same time, we will talk about something else and something equally important as we did. Don't forget to once again subscribe to our channels on TV, that's ebitcoinics.com. Follow us on Twitter at ebitcoinics, and then on Facebook at ebitcoinics. Until then, see you next week, same time, God willing.